Hi everyone. In this video I'm going to talk a little bit about ND filters and their benefits, and I'm going to show an example of using it on this Beta95X with the DJI Digital FPV system, which is something I've been wanting to try since I got it. And in the context of FPV, there are a couple of benefits of using an ND filter, and here I have one. This is an ND8 filter, and the higher the number, the darker the tint is. So basically it lowers the amount of light that is getting to the sensor. The sensor is exposed to light longer, and so while the sensor is open and receiving light, the entire image can be drawn, and you get more stable image. You might still get vibration, but you won't have that wobbly sort of jello that we dislike so much, and I hate to see it myself. And also the other benefit of that is you get some nice looking motion blur for the same reason, because the sensor is receiving light for a longer amount of time, basically. Not a good explanation, but that's what's happening. So in the case of my Beta95X, I wasn't having that much jello, but at certain RPMs and in certain lighting conditions, I could definitely bring out jello, and I wanted to see if just this ND8 filter would get rid of it. And I'll just say now that it did get rid of it, and I'll show you the example of this at the end of the video. Now, but you might be wondering which ND filter you need to get to work on the DJI system, and there are a couple of things here to be aware of. This is the Caddx version, and there's a 14mm version and a 15mm version. Outer ring of the DJI camera is about it's about 14 millimeters. So this ND filter, there's a little piece of foam on the inside that conforms to that 14 millimeters, and it just presses on. However, the only problem is, I'm not sure if you can see it, but the glass of the lens sticks out just a tiny bit. There you can see. The glass of the lens sticks out just a tiny bit, and when you put the ND filter all the way on, the ND filter is actually touching the glass lens that's poking out, so you can imagine in a crash, that's definitely going to either shatter the filter or definitely scratch the lens in some way. So that's not great, even though it does fit and would work. I think it'd be kind of risky in a crash, and I don't like how that's just resting on the lens. So there is also a 15mm version, which on the outside, both the 14 and the 15mm versions are the same on the outside. They're about 17 millimeters. But on the inside, there's just the thinner or thicker piece of foam that makes it 14 or 15. So this is the 15mm one, and it doesn't really fit on there. But I just made this little 3D printed ring, just this thin little adapter. I just made this in Tinkercad. Just took a couple of minutes and 3D printed this just to work as a spacer so that I could keep the, where did it go? I lost it. Just a little cylinder. And that acts just as a little spacer to keep the ND filter away from the glass of the lens, or the front of the lens. And then this fits on there. It actually goes, so it's something like this. It actually works better to take the adapter, put it in the ND filter, then put them both on at the same time, but now the filter is not actually touching the glass of the lens. And if you want to get this 15mm ND filter, I'll put the files for the this little ring here on Thingiverse. So anyway, I'll show you a little back-to-back or side-by-side, I'm not sure yet, coming up with this flying today. Not a very exciting flight, but I just wanted to see if the ND8 would get rid of jello, and it did. So anyway, please enjoy this footage. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.